Eat, Smoke, Drink. I'm Eat, Smoke, Drink, and thank you for joining me. The last 2 episodes we have seen myself review a Laphroaig 18 and a Adelphi 17 Laphroaig. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put them side by side in my preferred format of the last one. So my preferred format for the Laphroaig 18 was straight out of the bottle, no water. The Laphroaig 18 is a 48% ABV, and the Adelphi with just a few drops of water with 60.6% ABV. No. Now, if you haven't seen my last 2 reviews, I suggest you see them first, because I'm going to be touching on things here that I probably mentioned there that I won't mention here. This is just a pure comparison between the two to kind of take you through distillery versus independent bottles and the difference between them. So if you haven't seen those 2 episodes, please stop, go back to my 2 episodes, watch them first, and then watch this one. It'll give you much more context, okay? Or if you like, you know, a bit of Christopher Nolan thing going on, and you know, things that are not chronologically in order, then watch this one and then go back and see what happens. So let's start with the Laphroaig 18 and then the Adelphi. So this is a big difference between independent and distillery bottlings. Distillery bottlings tend to water down the whiskey. This one is 18 years old at 48%. This one is 1 year younger at 60.6%. Non-watered down, completely single barrel, just straight out of the cask, with just basically minimal tampering. And on the nose, you will notice straight away. You notice straight away the complexity of the Adelphi 60.6%. This already has water in it, but the complexity is just absolutely amazing. I mean, on the nose, yes, you will get more alcohol because it's a higher percentage. With the water, it subdued that. But you're getting much more an integrated kind of flavor profile. The peat is, when you smell the peat, it comes out with fruit, spice, ginger. The smoke comes out with earthiness, leatheriness, a slight creaminess in there as well. You can smell the oil, but it's not abrasive because it's just well integrated. Now when you smell the Laphroaig 18, you just smell a lot of smoke straight away in the nose, and then when the smoke subsides, you start to smell the spirit, or sometimes the other way around. You smell the spirit, and then suddenly you smell the smoke. That's what I mean by well integrated. So well integrated is not about age. It's not about. Well integrated is a tough one, because when it comes to peated whiskies, integration of spirit is the key. And if you don't have a well integrated whiskey, then it's very polarizing. Now, I would say this is very polarized. Actually, you know what? I'll be completely honest. I think these are both very polarizing whiskies. Laphroaig as a whole is very polarizing. Most people either love it or hate it. My wife, she always tells me they just smell like manure to her, and she just can't taste anything else. It makes her hair stand up, she says. You know, it gives her heebie-jeebies. But that's because they're just polarizing whiskies. However, the difference is when you smell the two, you're getting so much more flavor from the 60%. It's unwatered down, and it's just in its raw glory. Now, they don't, with independent single barrels, as I mentioned in my previous episode, they take a barrel, they put it into a bottle. With this, they could have, this means minimum 18 years old. They could have barrels at 20 years old that they put into this lot, and they could gather, I don't know, 100, 200, 500 barrels. The blender will say, oh, you know, this proportion of this, this proportion of this, this proportion of this, to make a flat, you know, like a very predictable experience globally with the Laphroaig 18. So let's taste it and see what happens. Look, I like it. I like the Laphroaig 18. It's not a particular, it's not a drink that I would particularly run to. It's extremely medicinal. herbal, oily, I would even say challenging whiskey. Look, I like it, but as I mentioned in my previous episode, would I buy it again? No, not for the retail price. I just wouldn't. The complexity is there. I mean, it's a Laphroaig, it's peated, it's always going to have a certain amount of complexity, but really, a lot of what you're tasting is a heavy amount of peat, oil, resin, and like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it is just a very, look, it's hard for me to endorse it fully to you to spend that kind of money on it. And when you try the Adelphi, I mean, first and foremost, this is only a few drops of water. The mouthfeel is just there. You're getting just a coating on your mouth of the mouth. It's just waxy, oily, full of resin. You're getting multi-dimensional, multi-layered flavors coming through, and the peat doesn't just hit you and disappear. This one, the peat hits you and disappears, and then something else comes up, and then you get a slight bitterness. This one, it's very kind of, it's gradual. The flavor builds gradually. The nose, it doesn't overwhelm you, but it's still very strong and extremely powerful and potent. You're getting that slight sulfur smell. Now, some people are sensitive to sulfur. I've heard that there is a sensitivity to sulfur. I am not sensitive. I am sensitive to sulfur, but I enjoy it. So some people are sensitive, they don't enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm getting this century egg pong in my face. A century egg pong, you know, when you cut a century and you go, oh, what the hell did I just smell? It's that. That's a kind of manure, almost fermented smell, almost like a compost smell when you first open your compost bin. I'm getting that. And I think you're probably listening to my review and you're going, why the hell do I want to drink compost? Well, that's the question. Why the hell do you want to drink compost? Well, none of these whiskies are whiskies designed for your, first of all, the start of your journey. They're expensive bottles. They're $250 to $300 a bottle or more. You know, I think this is probably more, but they're not. It's not something you'll just buy at the start of your whiskey journey. Well, I suggest you buy them at the start of your whiskey journey, but drink them later. So you learn to appreciate the weird, strange flavors that bottles, and especially independent bottles, give you in time, and it's something that your palate gets used to. It's like, you know, when you start drinking coffee, you might start drinking instant coffee, and then coffee ice cream, and then espresso, flat white or a latte with a bit of milk, and then suddenly you're like, I'm drinking short blacks, and I'm drinking, you know, and then suddenly I'm doing ristretto. That's the same thing. This is the ristretto of whiskey. I mean, it is an extremely compelling whiskey, complex whiskey. I can sit here, and like I said, not in all moods I will drink this whiskey, but it's, when I drink it, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So the comparison between the two, I'd say this is a bit too weak. 48% might sound like a lot, but by watering it down, you're separating the flavors too much. It becomes completely unintegrated. This one here, you can choose your customized integration of flavors, and me, a few drops, 15 ml, 3 drops of water, made it perfect for me. Then you still have the oily, waxy mouthfeel. You still have the resin, sulfur going through your nose. You still have that manure, leaf litter. In the back of your throat, you still get this kind of a residual campfire going on, wet wood. The salinity is undeniable between the two, undeniable. Both have equal levels of salinity, savouriness. It's almost like cured meat, actually. I didn't mention that in my last 2 episodes, but the more I think about it, the more I eat it, drink it, the more, not eat it, we almost can, the more I drink it, the more I'm getting like a Parma ham, cured meats, like a mild salami kind of flavor from these two. Very meaty, very savory, salty. Almost like, you know, that saltiness sharp in the mouth. You're getting that sharpness in the mouth. Absolutely phenomenal whiskies. Look, thank you for joining me today. This is a short video just to compare the side by side. I will definitely endorse the Adelphi. The Laphroaig 18, if you can get it for a good price, get it. Sit on it, expand your whiskey palate, and keep revisiting it. Because as an experience, I can't say that it's a bad whiskey. It's a good whiskey. But unfortunately, the Adelphi just drowns the goodness of this one, because the Adelphi is it just shines, completely shines. Well balanced with some edge to it, some mongrel, okay, some wild animal in it. This one here is way too refined. It's just way too refined. It's almost like, you know, gentlemen, the beast. I always go for the beast. Thank you for joining me. If you like my review, give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, ask me in the comments, please. And hey, have you tried both? Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried any Laphroaigs independent bottle? Let me know your thoughts. Any comments, please let me know. And if you like my video, subscribe and click that bell button, and see you again until next time. Thank you for joining me. And make sure you go out there and eat and smoke and drink. Which one do I...